I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. Before we start, could you tell me a little more about yourself?
Yes, I am a tutor, or you may say teacher. I teach English,
Okay.
and I have done post graduation in English.
Mhm.
I want to improve my fluency and the errors what I make while speaking, and that's
Okay.
why I am here. And may I know
All
about you as well?
Yes, of course. My name is Samyukta.
Yeah,
I'm a law graduate and I have a passion for the English language. That is why I'm here to share that
yeah,
passion with others. All right.
yeah.
So, are you ready for today's session?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Uh, Before we start, would it be okay for me to keep giving you feedback as and when I notice something that needs to be rectified?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Okay. So before we start with the topic of the day, I'll just let you know what I've noticed so far, right?
Yeah,
Of course, you're able to speak very well. It's just a minor issue with pronunciation.
yeah,
So the substitution of the sir sound with the sh sound,
yeah.
right? So say English.
English.
Yeah. There was a slight sir sound
Yeah,
initially. And shaw. See the word shaw?
sure.
Yeah. So you just have to be mindful. You are able to pronounce it right. You just have to make a conscious
Yeah,
effort to use the sh sound instead of the s sound.
yeah.
Right? Perfect. Okay. So the topic of today's session is age. Okay?
Is okay.
Yeah. Age.
Yeah.
Could you repeat after me, sir? Not age. Age.
Is.
J.
Ja. Is.
Age. J. A stronger j sound.
Is.
Age.
Okay.
Sir, the tongue should be right behind your teeth. Age.
Age.
Yes, yes. Do you notice a difference?
Yeah.
Right. Could you say it again? One last time?
Is.
Age.
Is.
Right behind your teeth, sir. Your tongue should be right behind your teeth. Age.
Is.
Serve your teeth. Age.
Is.
Okay. So you work on this. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we notice a right with the sir sound and the j sound. Okay. So your first question is, do you think age is just a number that people can do anything regardless of their age?
Yes, I agree with this. That age is just a number, and as far
Okay.
as the thing is, um, that we are always a learner, no matter how old we are, and that's why I say I
Okay.
agree.
All right. All right. Fair enough. Uh, and personally, what age do you want to live up to? Like, how old do you want to live to? What do you
Maybe
think
it's
is the
around
perfect age for
something
you?
around 50 or 60.
Okay. And why do you say that? What makes that the right time to go or leave
Because
this
I
world?
think after this, our body starts falling down, and we are
Okay.
not that capable to to help ourselves. We
Okay.
need
All right.
others cooperation. We start
Right.
depending on others, and
Yes.
that's why I think
Yes.
so.
Correct. Correct. Perfect. All right. So one little pointer here is that you said it is the that time is the perfect time to go or to leave this world because our bodies start falling down,
Yeah,
right? So instead of that, the right word to use would probably be
falling apart. Okay.
falling apart, right? Or your
Yeah,
body start breaking down or falling apart,
yeah.
breaking down or falling apart.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Uh, the other thing I would like to appreciate, sir, is as you were speaking, you said as we grow older, we need the cooperation of others, and then you corrected yourself and used a better sentence
Yeah,
saying we start depending on
yeah.
others, and that should not be the case, right?
Okay,
So that's I appreciate that the fact that you're able to self-correct and use a better sentence immediately,
okay. Thank you.
right? Okay. Next is, do you think old age is typically a time of despair and loneliness?
Yeah, as far as I have studied in literature,
Hmm.
most of the poets and playwrights, whoever I have read, they
Mm-hmm.
regard the old age as the state of despair.
Okay. And do you agree with that? Do you personally feel that way too?
Yeah, I do. So
Okay. Why do you say that? Why do
the
you think
same
old
the
people
same
are
reason,
lonely?
that we are depending on others at that
Mm-hmm.
particular age,
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
and we become
Uh,
helpless as well.
right.
Everyone teases us, or everyone starts, what you may say, like ताना मारना जैसे कहते हैं ना हिंदी में, जैसे तो इंग्लिश में इसके लिए टॉन्ट.
Okay.
टॉन्ट.
All right. They taunt us or they
Yeah,
mock
yeah,
us or they
yeah,
criticize us.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Right. And do you think old people become less interested in friendships or just socializing in general?
No, um,
No?
I think they are as curious regarding friendship as a child is.
Okay.
And I also agree at this point that, and we often hear that
Mm-hmm.
that a child and an old person is the same. Like they are very friendly. They want to socialize, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they find an uncomfortable situation, and
Mm-hmm.
so they quit. And I also find that they are frustrated because of it,
Mm-hmm.
because people don't want to get socialized with them. People think
Okay. All right.
they are not worth that.
Okay. So you think it's not that old people don't want to be friends, it's that people don't want to be friends with
Yeah,
them, right?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So according to you, what is the true meaning of aging gracefully?
I think the life we all have,
Mm-hmm.
it must have a purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and that purpose must not be limited to ourselves. It
Right. That's a
must be
very
for
beautiful way of
others.
putting
I mean,
it. Mm-hmm.
we should live for others as well, and
Okay.
that is the actual meaning of life.
All
Living
right.
for
And
others is worth, and it also gives us happiness,
mm-hmm.
and we feel
So do you think,
satisfied.
all right, so a person who does this, whose purpose is something that is beyond themselves, you think such people are the people who age gracefully?
Yeah,
Is that what you're trying
yeah,
to say?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Right. So Aditya, a few issues that I've noticed thus far.
Okay.
Uh, Firstly, right, when you were talking about children, old people, you said um, children and old person is the same,
I said a
right?
child and an old person.
Right. A child and an old person is the same.
Yeah.
Is will not be what you use here, it will be are. Because you're
Okay.
talking
Yeah.
about two things, right? A child
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
an old person are the same,
Okay.
right? That and just a small tendency to use fillers when you're having trouble grasping the word that you really want to use, like or
Yeah.
slipping into
I
Hindi.
use it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So just that will come. The more you practice,
Yeah.
the more fluency you will have, right?
Yes.
So that's something that can be improved upon without too much of an
Yeah.
issue. Other than that, it's all good. Let's do some vocabulary now.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So I'll give you a word. I want you to try and tell me the meaning and then use it in a sentence.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So the first word is wrinkles.
Wrinkles.
Hmm.
We get wrinkles on our faces when we grow old.
Right. Perfect. Perfect. Uh, right. Then we have ageless.
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 Knowledge is ageless. Can we say?
Okay. I've never heard it used in that particular context. Could you try coming up with more examples?
An ageless person is
Yes.
always
Yes.
energetic
Okay.
or
All right.
very
Right.
positive
Right.
in the perspectives
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
life.
Perfect. Perfect. That works. Right. Then we have youthful.
Youthful.
Mhm.
Being youthful doesn't mean to fulfill our wishes.
Could you repeat that? Being youthful doesn't mean
To fulfill our wishes.
to fulfill our wishes.
Wishes.
Wishes. Okay. Uh, could you explain the like what you're trying to convey with that sentence?
When we are in a youthful period of life, we
Mm-hmm.
feel that there are a lot of wishes that we want to fulfill, and we
Yeah.
always think of it. We always think of fulfilling it, and
Mm-hmm.
we become selfish, I think.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Right. Then we have bedridden.
Bed
Ridden. Bedridden.
Bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
Bad or
B E D
bed.
B E D
Bedridden.
R I double D E N.
Bedridden.
Bedridden. Uh,
I can't come with it. You may explain.
all right. All right. Do you know the meaning?
No, I am not getting properly.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right. All right. Bedridden means when you have to stay in bed because of an
Yeah.
injury or an illness,
Yes.
right?
I was thinking.
Okay. Great. So, do you think you could use it in a sentence for me?
Yes, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as I previously told, that
Mm-hmm.
I would not like to live after the age of 50 or 60. And
Hmm.
after this age, I think people, an old person gets bedridden. And I personally hate that condition of life in the body
Okay.
that which remains like that.
All right. Okay. Uh, then we have senile.
Can you repeat?
Senile. Senile. Senile.
Not getting.
Okay. So senile is when somebody shows poor mental ability
Oh,
or loses their mental faculties due to old age,
okay.
right? So you may have observed that there are oftentimes what happens is old people are not able to remember things or they forget where
Yeah.
they are or they
Yeah.
get lost,
Yeah.
right? That can be attributed to being senile.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. All right. Okay. So I'll give you a little more feedback. Right. So when you were telling me about being bedridden, I think you said, as I previously told,
Yeah.
and then you missed the word you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
It
So
must
you
be
have
you
to,
after told.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you mustn't skip words.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have to frame a complete sentence, right?
Yes.
So as I previously told you, or as I said before,
Okay.
you can use either of the two,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Okay. Then we have fragile.
Fragile.
Mhm.
It means something that is in a worse condition.
Okay, right. Could you elaborate a little further? Like, why is it in such bad condition?
Our body becomes fragile when we get old age.
As we get older,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
As we get older or as we grow older, okay? So fragile, the exact meaning is something that is easily damaged,
Okay.
broken,
Okay.
or harmed. Something that can break very easily,
Yeah.
right? So as you said, as we grow older, our bodies become fragile,
Exactly.
right?
Okay.
Correct. Okay. Right. So, Aditya, our session will end at 7:39. Before
Okay.
that, I would like to quickly recap
Yeah.
all the points
Sure.
uh, and then you can tell me if there are any questions that you have, right?
Okay.
So you speak well. Just a few issues with pronunciation, primarily with respect to sir, sh sounds,
Okay.
j sounds,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So age, shaw, English, manage.
Yeah.
You have to make a conscious effort to say the j sound
Okay.
in age, manage, and other such words,
Okay.
and the sh sound in words like English, shaw.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So make a conscious effort, practice out
Yeah.
loud, right?
Yeah.
Next is a few issues with prepositions,
Yeah.
like finding the right prepositions to use.
Yeah.
Like I told you, instead of falling down, falling apart
Okay.
or breaking down, right?
Mm.
And then you have to make a conscious effort to not use so many fillers, like or
Yeah.
even you tend to slip into Hindi sometimes. Don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Make an active effort to not do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Then a few issues with singular and plural. Like you said, a child and an old person is the same. It should be a child and an old person are the same. And that's it. Don't miss words.
Okay.